The Caribbean Sea is listed as one of the areas most seriously damaged by humans. This is having a drastic impact on the animals that live here. The manta rays are some of the most charismatic creatures in the ocean. And swimming with them, it's one of the most memorable experiences I ever had. Looking to a manta ray's eye reminds me of why I'm doing this. There is currently little known about the local manta ray populations, and this is our very first research manta ray expedition. In the field we have been collecting data and taking identification pictures to add to our database, which is helping us to gain a better understanding of who lives here. To get 80 photos, we have to free dive down below the manta and photograph the unique pattern of markings on their bellies. This year we have been lucky enough to be joined by some of the Manta Trust researchers, which have helped us with our research expedition.
So I started getting interested in manta rays for two reasons. The first was just because the animals are absolutely incredible. So being in the water with a manta is unlike any other animal I've ever swam with or dived with. And the other reason is because the two species of manta and some of their related species, the mobulas, have been declining due to really strong targeted fisheries over the last several years. And so you've got this really incredible animal paired with a really pressing and acute conservation concern. And we know almost nothing about these animals, which is really inhibiting effective management of the species. I think that if we can take this kind of local approach to management in more places with more species, then we're going to start seeing really dramatic results. And it's become clear that even these large mobile species like mantas can definitely benefit from local action, whether it's marine protected area, community engagement with the animals and the conservation work. It tends to be really, really super effective. And so that's where I see conservation going forward, and I'm really optimistic about it.
My name is Rubin, and I am the director of the Pacific Manta Research Group, and we study primarily manta rays in different parts of the world. Conservation of the world's oceans is perhaps one of the most important things that we children, young people, can undertake at this time in the history of the Earth. Organisms are hard-pressed by human presence and loss of habitat, and we know very little about most of the animals in the sea. In fact, we know less about the world's oceans than we do about outer space. Wild animals that come to you and interact with you, look you in the eye, and seem to identify you and show no fear as long as you show them no harm. That's a unique feeling in the natural world. And it drives me every day. I've been working in the field now for well over 35 years, and I see so many changes. We've learned a lot in that period of time, but the technology that has come to the new generation, if you will, of marine scientists, the young people, is startling. And as many people have said in the past, generation after generation, in children lies the future of the world. And I believe that very deeply.